Hey guys, so I'm traveling teaching in Ukraine and I wanted to share some clips from one of the last classes I taught overviewing this X-Guard Keymaster position. It's a position I often set up from like collar or sleeve, or if I just have a single pant grip, it allows me to get underneath my opponent, and there's so many transitions from there. You can go for ankle locks, you can go for matrices, you can go for back takes, triangle chokes, and I give a short overview and intro to the position and how to set it up in this video. When I get back to my gym in Sweden, I'll probably do a more comprehensive breakdown, but there's a lot of small details that come up when I do seminars that I kind of forget when I do normal videos, and they come up because of the questions and kind of the format of it. So I hope you guys like this content, and as always, if you guys like the channel, like, share, subscribe. Thanks a lot. No pressure.
All right.
All right, cool.
When do you take your clothes off now?
All right, guys. So we're gonna work on an ankle lock series, but it combines with some crab ride stuff, some back take stuff. So let me use here. Okay, so go ahead and stand up. Let's do it right here. Okay. So the position we're going to work is kind of similar to like an X-Guard situation where you guys, how many people here have worked some kind of X-Guard before? People have done this maybe? Yeah. I know some of you guys are white belts, but this will work for anyone, so it's no problem. Okay, so we're going to work from this position here. There's a few different ways to get here. We can set it up from collar sleeve, we can set it up from open guard, but right now we're just going to focus on what to do from here. So the basic setup we're going to do is just imagine I'm in my guard, the guy's standing kind of close. I'm gonna grab his pant leg like this, so I can kind of put my foot on his hip. I'm gonna butterfly hook my right leg, and now I'm gonna dip underneath like that. See, I pull myself underneath. From here, I'm just gonna block his shin with my right hand, and I'm gonna kind of lift forward, and that'll bring him to the floor, okay? Once I do this, there's a lot of different responses your opponent can have. He's not always gonna do the same thing. So I can't just do the technique I want, I have to pick the technique he's giving me. Okay, so in the beginning I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna tell this guy to do a specific response so you can do the technique I want, but as we start sparring, you're gonna have to learn to adapt with your opponent. Okay, so go back. So the first thing we're gonna do is just work on the entrance, okay? So again, imagine I'm in my guard, the guy's kind of standing over me, I can't get a grip, so I just kind of get this pant leg, okay? From here, I have my foot, I can kind of put it on the hip, and you see how I angle my knee down so it can go underneath here? I'm gonna reach with my right leg and I butterfly hook here, and I'm just gonna pull my hip under like this. From here, I can either block his shin, step around that way a little bit so they can see. All I'm doing once I pull under is I block his shin with my hand here, and I kind of lift with my feet, and he'll want to step forward, but he can't. You see how he falls there? Now I can start working. Alternatively, I could also, when I go here, if it was too hard to go forward, I could just go here and knock him straight back. Either way, we're getting into this position, which is what I want. And from here, we can start attacking all sorts of stuff. We can go for ankle locks. We can start coming here and go for the guard pass, walk through, start taking the back. All sorts of options are going to build from this position, okay? All right, guys, so just for the setup for right now, we're just going to start here. If you like the other side, you can do this too, right? So keep leaving the right leg. Right, like if he's here and I get a hold of this, this is fine too. I can play here, see, I feed this in, I drop under. There, I lift, boom, and then now I can start attacking from here, okay? So let's just start with that entrance, and then we're gonna build from there, okay? All right, guys, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Whenever we're grip fighting, it's important to understand the first grips you build off. A lot of times people learn guards, but they're hard to get to. So for example, closed guard is really good. Everyone here has done closed guard before, right? Okay, so you probably learned that first. When you went into sparring, how easy is it to get to closed guard? It's really hard, right? Unless you're fighting someone who's like never trained before, you know, and they just try to come in and murder choke you, they don't go into your closed guard. They usually put a leg in the way, they're standing, they make it really difficult. So it's important in jiu-jitsu to learn how to build your game off of these initial easy to get grips. So if I know how to build my game off of just one sleeve, then it's way easier to get. So the match starts and I just get one sleeve. If I know what to do from here, now I can build my whole game. But if my whole game is getting closed guard, well, I start here, what's my objective? It's too far. It's like, I can't just close guard, right? So knowing how to build off of these small grips is really the key to being able to attack, okay? So with this position, we're here. Anytime we get a hold of this leg like this, we can just thread here and we pull under, and now we're attacking, okay? So let's start off with the first attack here. So let's say we bump the guy forward and he puts his knee on the floor, okay? So just put the knee on the floor. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the ankle. There's a lot of different ways to do an ankle lock, but the one we're gonna focus on, I think is the best if you're fighting someone with a much bigger, stronger leg than you, okay? So what I wanna focus on is getting this guy's heel on my chest, okay? His main defense to the ankle lock is gonna be to turn his foot inward. Turn your, yeah. See how his toes have turned inward? Here, I'm just attacking the shin. What I want for a good ankle lock is I want to restrict all of the movement of his foot so he can't turn his foot at all, okay? And then I want to take the foot off of the leg, okay? So when I lock this position in here, now when I go that way, it's almost like a heel hook, okay? So here, I can start putting my hip up and go that way, and I get this really brutal rotation on the knee, okay? And even if he stands up, starts standing, yeah, if he starts standing up here, look, he's gonna have to tap standing. If he starts to fall over, I'll let you just fall down, yeah. Then I can follow it and finish here, okay? So the key to a good ankle lock is locking the foot in really tight, okay? So that's what we're gonna do right now. So just start on the floor. Okay. So just to learn it right now, we'll get to the setup again in a little bit, okay? Is we're just gonna lock this guy's foot in on the chest. We go really deep with this arm. We grab our lapel and we lock it in, okay? From here, you should feel that if they try to turn your foot inward, he cannot turn his foot inward at all, okay? From here, I like to use my right hand. I hold this pant leg, I push it away, and now I'm just gonna switch my right foot to the hip and my left foot here on the thigh, and I can start to rotate that way, okay? Again, there's a lot of different mechanics on the finish, but you should feel here you can get a really strong pressure on the foot. So you can apply here, and then when he go ahead and sit down. Right? So then when he sits down, if I can't get here, I just keep turning this way. I take this foot off, and I come up here and finish. Okay? So for now, we're just gonna have the guy start. You can do the bump forward, and then the guy's gonna come to his knee. So we'll do the full entrance, stand up. So we're here, we butterfly hook, we come in, we bring him forward, he puts his knee on the floor. Okay? Once he puts his knee on the floor, I'm gonna grab the pants with my right hand. I lift this leg up, and now I'm gonna feed it into this position, okay? Keep in mind when I do this, he could turn his foot inward, okay? That's fine. I can't do the ankle lock now, but we're gonna show you what to do from there later on. Right? I could start attacking the back here, okay? But we're not gonna do that right now. Right now, in this case, the guy keeps his leg straight. Yeah, exactly. So then we can control this leg, and we lock it in so we get this good control of the foot. Once you get control of the foot, it's basically impossible for him to get this leg out, okay? Then to finish, we just switch our right foot to the hip, and then we start to rotate that way. If he starts to fall down, we rotate over and finish there. Now we're gonna do the back take from here. It's probably the easiest technique from this position. Okay, so we're here. This one is good if his knee's on the floor. It's also good if he stays standing. So say we bumped him here and he just posted his hands like this. But now he's not on the knee, right? I can do this either way though. Okay, so now he just kind of stays up. Look, I'm gonna switch my right hand to the cross pant leg. I'm gonna grab the ankle and I feed the arm over like this. So you see how my wrist is kind of underneath? From here I can just come up and grab the hip. I switch both butterfly hooks in, and I'm just gonna pull him down and take the back here. Okay? If he's on one knee, like this, yeah. If he's on one knee, put it on the foot. Yeah, perfect. Right, so I'm here, I grab the foot, right, and I just, for whatever reason, I feel like this ankle lock is gonna be hard. I can just tell, it's not there. Okay, no problem. I hold the pant leg. See how I kind of grab like a pistol grip so I can use my palm to control this, see? See, so the ankle lock's not there, no problem. I just grab this, I throw it over, okay? And now I'm gonna take this left foot and hook the far side hip. Okay, from here I'm gonna grab his hip. If he's standing, it's even easier to go straight from the back. One thing that will happen when I'm here though, is some guys, they just don't respond, and I just come up to the back, it's fine. Or maybe when I go here, he starts trying to go forward. But yeah, and then that's fine. I'll come up to the back, okay? But probably the most common response from someone who's like pretty, like a tough grappler, who's pretty aggressive and stuff, is they're gonna try to take this hand and grab your lapel, and they're gonna try to like turn their upper body back into you like this, right? And then as I'm trying to go to the back, it'd more like come into me. Yeah, exactly, you see, I can't get away to go to the back. So like I hold this, I keep this tight, I'm gonna fall to my back, and I just lift and flip him overhead. He has to post his right hand, otherwise he's gonna neck plant. Okay, almost always they're gonna post that hand. If they don't, you can still take the back. It's a little bit more involved, but they're gonna take a hard landing on their neck, which doesn't feel good, and you're still gonna get the back. So we can show that later. Okay, so he's on the knee. So we just bumped him forward. Again, we got the bump forward. We switch to the cross pant, the ankle. I feed over and start coming up to the hip. From here, he starts grabbing the lapel. Yeah. See, and see he's making noise. Look. So here, I lift. Once he posts, I just switch there and come up to the back. Make sense? Okay, one more time. So we're here. Get into this position. I get this guy. Boom. Right? I feed this guy over. Come up to the hip. Hook the backside. I flip. Pull that out. And come up to the back.